Hello, spiritual gangsters, and welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Amanda Pieraldi. Let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself overthinking a text, reading into someone's tone, or feeling completely fine one minute and then suddenly questioning everything the next? Yeah, you're not crazy. You're human. And more importantly, you might be operating from an attachment pattern you didn't even realize that you had. Today we're talking about secure attachment, but not in the way you might think. Because this isn't about fixing other people. This isn't about finding someone who can finally make you feel safe. This is about becoming that safety for yourself. And now let's break that down in a real way. Attachment styles are basically the way we learn to give and receive love. They're shaped early through childhood, relationships, and experiences, and they show up everywhere. In dating, in friendships, and how you handle conflict, and how you handle silence. And if you've ever felt anxious when someone pulls away, or shut down when things get too close, or stuck somewhere in between, that's not a personality flaw, that's just a pattern. And here's the thing no one really tells you. You can't build secure relationships if you don't feel secure within yourself. Let that land for a second. Because a lot of us are out here trying to feel chosen, trying to feel reassured, trying to feel safe, but we're outsourcing it. We're waiting for someone else to text back faster, show up better, say the right things. And when they don't, we spiral. But secure attachment, it doesn't mean you never get triggered. It doesn't mean you don't care. It doesn't mean you become this unbothered, emotionless person. It means you now know how to come back to yourself every time. A securely attached person doesn't say, I never feel anxious. They say, I feel anxious sometimes, but I don't abandon myself because of it. That's the difference. Let's talk about what it actually looks like to start building that security within yourself. First comes awareness. You've got to notice your patterns without judging them. Are you the one who chases when someone pulls away? Are you the one who shuts down when things get too intense? Do you need constant reassurance to feel okay? Again, no shame, just awareness. Because you can't shift what you won't acknowledge. Second is self-regulation. This is about learning how to sit with your emotions without immediately reacting. Not texting back out of panic. Not withdrawing out of fear. Not creating stories that aren't actually real. Just pausing. Breathing. Grounding yourself in what is actually happening, not what your mind is telling you might be happening. Because let's be honest, half the time it's not the situation, it's the meaning that we attach to it. A delayed response becomes, they don't care. A change in tone becomes, I must have done something wrong. And suddenly you're in a full spiral over something that may not even be true. Third is meeting your own needs. Because if you rely on someone else to constantly validate you, reassure you, or stabilize you, you're giving away your power. Secure attachment starts when you realize, I can comfort myself. I can validate myself. I can hold myself through this moment. That doesn't mean you don't want support. It just means you're not dependent on it to feel okay. And let's clear something up. Being secure doesn't mean you don't need people. It means you don't lose yourself in them. You can love deeply without abandoning yourself. You can care without overgiving. You can be connected without being consumed. That's secure energy. And yeah, it takes work. Because if you're used to chaos, calm can feel boring. If you're used to inconsistency, stability can feel unfamiliar. Sometimes we don't trust peace because we're just not used to it. But that doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means it's simply new. So if you're on this journey right now, if you're noticing your patterns, if you're catching yourself before reacting, if you're learning to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it, you're doing it. That's the work. And I want you to hear this. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. And you are certainly not hard to love. You just learned to love in a way that required you to survive. And now, you get to choose differently. Secure attachment isn't something you find in someone else. It's something you build within yourself, one moment at a time. One pause, one boundary, one self-honoring decision at a time. So if you take anything from today's episode, let it be this. You don't need someone else to complete you. You need to learn how to stay with yourself. Because when you do, everything changes. The way you love, the way you show up, the way you choose. Thank you for being here, for showing up, and for doing the inner work, even when it's uncomfortable. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need this reminder. And as always, stay grounded, stay real, and keep living like the spiritual gangster you are.